that shouldn't exist. You're looking at a machine that defies categories. It flies like a fighter, hits like a bomber, and shelters its crew like a tiny apartment. It wasn't supposed to exist, but in the ashes of the Cold War, Russia built this hybrid beast, and what they got was something powerful, bizarre, and tragically flawed. This is the story of the Su-34, and a warplane with a split personality, born from a void. The early 90s were brutal. The Soviet Union had collapsed, funding dried up. But even then, military planners knew they couldn't fly the old Su-24s forever. They needed something new, something tougher, smarter, meaner. And someone had a bold idea. What if we start with a fighter and bolt on the muscle of a bomber? Thus began the Su-34 experiment, a Frankenstein creation stitched from ambition and desperation. Monster in the making engineers started with the legendary Su-27 frame. Long legs, great agility, but it needed armor, bigger wings, stronger spine. They widened the nose, stuffed it with sensors, and added a second seat, side by side like in a car. The result? A bulky, beastly machine that looked like it had outgrown its skeleton. And yet, it flew inside the beast, technology and teeth. The cockpit wasn't just side by side like it was armored. Titanium bathtub, designed to take hits and keep flying. Radar? Powerful enough to track multiple targets at once. Land, sea, or air? Weapons? You name it. Guided bombs, cruise missiles, anti-ship weapons, air-to-air interceptors. It could take on a NATO convoy or defend itself against enemy jets. This wasn't just a bomber, it was a brawler. Luxury in the sky. But here's where it gets weird. The Su-34 was designed for long-haul missions, up to 10 hours in the sky. So they gave it a microwave and a toilet. In war zones, that's not a joke. That's survival. Pilots could stretch out, eat, pee, endure. It was part war machine, part flying camper van. The Su-34 finally saw action in Syria. And it hit hard. Precision strikes. Mountain caves flattened. Convoys evaporated. Western analysts took notice. This thing is no joke. But that wasn't the end of the story. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the fullback took center stage. But this time, it wasn't just winning. Drones hunted it. Manpads struck it. Over a dozen Su-34s were lost. The very features that made it unique, size, weight, visibility, also made it vulnerable. The fullback was tough, but not invincible. Behind every Su-34 flight were 2 lives. Some of those lives never came home. We talk specs and stats, but this plane is a workplace, a home, a coffin. It's one thing to admire a jet. It's another to remember who flew it. The Su-34 tried to be everything: a fighter's agility, a bomber's punch, a pilot's shelter, and in many ways it succeeded. But the battlefield has changed. Drones, AI hypersonics. Will the fullback survive the future, or become a relic of a vanished doctrine? One thing's for sure, love it or fear it. The Su-34 isn't just an aircraft, it's a flying contradiction, and that's what makes it unforgettable.